everyone and welcome back to a new vlog. You're going to be spending the next few days with me and some friends. We have come to the Champagne region, Reims, and we're going to be spending the next few days here. First stop today is to go and visit and have a tour with Veuve Clicquot. I always feel like I'm saying that wrong, I'm not good with the pronunciations, but we have an hour tour with them and we're going to head down into their cellars and see a little bit of history, learn a little bit of history about it, and then tomorrow we're booked in to have a tour with Moët, so that will be very nice. And before anyone comes at me, Moët is Moët. I've always said Moët, but it's not, it's Moët. So that is on the agenda for the next few days. So yeah, come with us, we're here now, we're about to go down for our tour and then have some lunch and some champagne on the terrace. We planned this over a year ago. And it's just so lovely to be here and the weather has turned out so well. I'm wearing a set from Dish. It's this linen waistcoat, my Dior belt and white linen trousers which I had to take up last night. And then I've got black ballet pumps. So that is today's outfit of the day. I'm just trying to actually film an outfit of the day because I don't like doing it in front of people, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it around here.
Very cloudy, very misty, because we didn't know what to do with the dead yeast yet inside until 1816. You can see very blurry, very yeasty, because we didn't know yet what to do with the dead yeast inside of the ship. Our little iron cage is 6 times up. Why? Because champagne bottles have 6 bars of pressure inside, and that's why you keep your cage 6 turns for. Then you're gonna come, wrap your fingers around the cork, all the head, the more effervescence you're letting go, and the less alcohol takes in your system. That one. So as silent as possible. I know it's
The artist that done this in the chalk, he actually ended up going blind because of the processes that he used. Just gonna have some lunch on the terrace. The girls have done damage in the gift shop. So we have just finished the tour and lunch. The tour itself was actually the most interesting tour I've done. I've done a few wine tastings and I'm going to tell you how the wine is made and about their wine in particular, but their wine tasting was very much about the history of it. The guy who owned the land, his son died. The son had a wife and she wanted to take over and she wanted to continue the champagne business. So she was actually a widow and that's where the name Veuve comes from, and yeah, it's her that kind of created the champagne brand. So yeah, it was really, really interesting. So we're just walking back to our Airbnb now. So we have just got to our Airbnb and it is stunning. Look, oh my god, all the detailing, it's like gold, gold hardware, the paneling. Think, yeah, that was someone's whole house at one point. We are just heading out for some dinner now. We just went back and chilled in the garden for a little while and now we are heading back into Reims to find somewhere to eat for dinner. Got this lovely little place where there's a stage and then loads of seating where everyone is just sat out. But it's just very busy and very, very lovely. Look at all the square trees as well, it's so pretty. The beef fillet for main. We are just on our way to Moet, but our Uber driver, he actually works for the Champagne houses. He said, let's stop off and can I show you a really beautiful place? And this is where he's taken us. How beautiful is this? We have arrived. I don't think I said goodnight last night, but it is day 2 here in Reims. Our Uber driver just let us know how to pronounce it. I'm never going to be able to. It's like Reims, Reims. I've got no idea. But yeah, day number 2, we're heading to the Moët tour. We've just arrived actually. They've given us some little bracelets to say, and we're just going to order a bottle of champagne while we wait because we're a little bit early. We thought they would have like a lunch bar area similar to what Veuve had yesterday, where like we sat and had lunch, but they don't. So it's kind of like you come and do the tour and that's it. But the street that we're on the Avenue de Champagne, and that is one of the most expensive streets in the world. So after here we'll go and have a little mooch around there, but it's just also lovely. It's just the buildings. For me it's like the buildings, everything is just so beautiful. Completely different experience to what I've ever done before, but it's lovely. And the weather, we really lucked out with the weather. Yeah, we're just gonna have some champagne and relax. Just stopped in at the gift shop because we have an hour to spare. They sell these little toppers, but it's so that you can drink out of the little bottles. A chandelier of champagne glasses. How cool is that? Just sat out here on the terrace by a lovely waterfall. Water feature, not a waterfall.
So when you open, yes, 6 times, very good. Then you have to twist under, not on the top. Because the pressure is always on the top.
Oh, you twist under?
Yeah, we can't do it that quiet, can we? Oh, you must be a lot of practice.
I can't do that, but now I can.
On a également cette partie ici, l'eau, durant l'époque de journalisme, autour des années 1800. Donc on commençait à avoir des bouteilles de Moët Chandon. Il faut qu'on ait la grappe dans son entièreté. Donc les...
So we think this might have been a case for Napoleon, but the tour is in French, so we're going to have to Google the signs when we get back upstairs. So we did book the French tour on purpose because it was the only one available, and we wanted to come down and see the caves. We thought it was just going to be about like how they make champagne, like most wine tours, but obviously it's a shame that we couldn't get an English one because they are actually really fascinating to hear about the brand.
Alors pour s'entraîner, ils utilisent les bouteilles Moët impériales.
I've been collecting lots of bits for scrapbooking. How can you believe? Yours is different, isn't it? What's yours? Oh no, you've got the different one. Oh. So this is the rosé one. Yeah. We have just finished our champagne tour. It was in French. We did book it in French because that was the only one available. But we got through it, and the guy at the end, he came and spoke to us and went through things. So it was really still interesting. We had a rosé and a Moët at the end as well. But we did, before we went in, we tried the nectar Moët, and it was so nice. I'm not a champagne drinker, but the Veuve one yesterday was lovely, and the nectar one today was so nice. And we are just heading for some lunch now. We've got a burger and fries. We just tried to go on the balloon that goes up over Epernay, but it's too windy today, so we couldn't. It doesn't even feel very windy, so we're going to head back to Champagne de Avenue, or Avenue de Champagne, and go and find somewhere to have some champagne. I'm wearing my new Celine sandals for the first time that I got for my birthday, and they're so comfy. I was worried that I would get blisters. Back past Moët, where we was earlier. This street is so pretty. We have just come into Perrier-Jouet, the gardens, and they have a gift shop as well. But look how beautiful the bottles are. All so pretty. Oh, look at the glass. Stop in for some cheese, ham and bread. It is time to go home already. That trip went so quick. It was obviously, what was it, 2 nights, but 3 days. Well, yeah, kind of 3 days. But we had such a good time. Both of the tours that we done, so the Veuve and the Moët, I cannot recommend enough. They were so good. And to take a trip down one of the richest avenues in the world was just like beautiful to do. And it's one of those things that you would think coming and doing this kind of trip you would get really, really drunk, but you actually don't, because you're just kind of sipping and then you go off and do something else. There's a lot of walking involved, there's a lot of food involved, and yeah, not one night did we get drunk. It's like the funniest thing, and we had quite a few bottles of champagne over the course of the weekend. But I even woke up this morning and I went for a 16k run. That's my longest run. So since my brother passed away, I've started running, and I feel like it's a really good way of me to process my grief. It's the only time I get by myself, so it has been really, really good for me to do. But yeah, so 16k was my longest one today, training for the half marathon, and it was so lovely to be running around somewhere that was brand new. It went so quickly. I didn't film on here. I always film like running reels or TikToks, but I should. I might insert some bits. It was really good. Honestly, 1 minute I was at 8 miles, the next minute I was at 12, and it just went really, really quickly. But I'm so proud of myself for doing it. Adam didn't think I didn't think I was going to do it myself, to be honest. I thought I would be too hungover, but like I said, it just isn't that kind of trip. It's quite a kind of sensible, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it was lovely. It was just what I needed. I'm going to end the vlog here. We're just at the Eurotunnel waiting to go home now. We stopped in at City Europe. I got the kids their presents. Got some food. We've got an olive tree in the car. An olive tree for 69 euros. One of the other girls picked it up. Stay tuned and make sure you subscribe. Next week we are climbing Mount Snowdon in honour of my brother. So we've raised over £2,000 towards rare cancers at the moment. So I'm really proud of that, and I'm proud of us doing the climb at the weekend. So that'll be next week's vlog, but I hope you enjoyed this little trip to Reims. How do we say it, girls? Reims. I can't say it. It's not Reims. It's definitely not Reims. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in next week's vlog.